mini-sode, yeah!
What's up guys, welcome back to another video, another mini-sode, and today we're going to be talking about the 2021 plans for the E36 and competition drifting this year. So obviously 2020 was a bit of a dud year for pretty much everyone and everything. There wasn't a lot of competition that went on. I think there was one round at the start of the year that we went to, and that was pretty much it, which was a bit of a bummer, but in hindsight it was probably a really good thing for us. Last year was the first year that we got this car really working how it should, and running properly, drifting properly, and just feeling really good. But that was at the latter part of the year that happened. So had the year gone ahead as scheduled with all of the competition drifting, it would have been a pretty crappy year for us, because the first half of the year we were still having issues with the car and it just wouldn't have been super competitive. So I'm a pretty competitive person. I have a lot of friends that say they just like to go drifting for fun and whatnot, and I love drifting and having fun, but I also love testing myself and seeing where I stand against other people. So obviously we've had some time off, and in that time I've had a lot of time to think about where we've been going wrong and where we can improve. And that's where we're going to have a little bit of change in mentality in terms of how we do things on the car and on most of our cars moving forward. A lot of places where I've fallen short before with this car and many other cars is just pretty much cheaping out on a lot of the products that we put on the cars, a lot of the parts that we put on the cars, and not doing certain jobs properly, whether that be wiring or running second-hand crappy axles, which has effed us quite a few times, or eBay parts like fuel pumps and stuff like that. So I've been watching a lot of Formula 1 and other motorsports lately and gotten really into that over the course of our lockdowns and all that stuff, especially with the Drive to Survive series on Netflix. So the way that they carry themselves and the level of professionalism that they have within their sports is really inspiring, and it kind of made me want to lift my game up many levels pretty much. Instead of turning up to the track with a kind of half-assed car, not wearing a race suit, kind of not having the whole kit ready to go, this year we're going to have a change in mentality. We're going to really do everything properly, no cutting corners. We're going to put our best foot forward, so to speak. So I've already started kind of going over the car, and we will be pretty much going over it with a fine-tooth comb, and if anything looks dodgy or like it won't be up to spec when we come to competition, we're going to redo it or replace it and make it a whole lot better. In terms of the exterior and the overall look of the car, I'm really happy with it. I think it looks awesome. We will be just refreshing it a little bit and making it look nice, as you do before you go into competition and ruin it all again, which is half of the fun of drifting. But really we're going to be just making this thing as competitive as it can be. The E36 chassis is a really strong drift chassis. It's pretty well renowned around the world, especially for the amount of mechanical grip that you can get out of the rear. One thing that has been really awesome for us is this engine that we've built has held up super well. It's still running strong. Comp test shows that it's still very healthy. We're going to put it back on the dyno in the next couple of weeks and just go over it, push a little bit more power out of it probably, because we're only running 12 pound of boost I think at the moment. So I'll probably put 16, 18 pound up it. They'll get it around the 340, 350 kilowatt mark. So this year is really about being as competitive as we can be. We're going to be aiming to do a couple of different drift series here in Australia as long as COVID stays out the way. So the Vic Drift series, we'll be doing the Keep It Reek Battle Royale series, and we'll be doing the South Australian Drift series as well at Tailem Bend, and the tracks that they have over there. I've been putting in the hours on the sim. The driving's feeling really good. As you saw in the last couple of drift days, the car's been super strong and I felt really good in the car. So it's now about putting everything together, putting on a good program, and hopefully getting some rad results this year. Obviously, at the end of the day, it is all about the fun. We're going to have adventures, we're going to have good times. A couple of people are going to be coming with us along the way, which is really cool. That is pretty much the plan for this car for this year. In the next video we're going to be doing a bunch of things to this car, and just making sure it's as good as it can be for the up and coming events. First event is the round 1 of the South Australian Drift Series at Tailem Bend. We will be taking this thing, and I can't wait to hang out with those dudes over there. Everyone over there is super cool. And that is it for this mini-sode, guys. I hope you enjoyed this wee chat. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you enjoy these videos, guys. It really helps. Follow me on Instagram at It's Mike Blake. And of course I'll see you guys in the next video where we punch out a bunch of work on this thing. Peace!